Nico, Joey mentioned that right here. Coach Halsey mentioned that Brew has acted as kind of a mentor for you and helped grow you in the offense and the game and even off the field. How has he kind of helped bring you along over the last year and a half?
He's brought me a long way, man. Just learning from Brew how to carry yourself on and off the field. I feel like I've learned a great amount, and yeah, man, me and Brew have always had a tight relationship, so I can't wait to go out there and play with him on the field.
Nico, I remember when we did your commitment interview out in California, at that point, Brew hadn't announced he was coming, but I told you he was more likely coming, and your eyes kind of perked up because, you knew a lot about him. I think you went and watched him in high school, even a couple of games. What did you know about Brew growing up, and what did you think about him as a younger kid looking up to an older guy?
Yeah, man, when I was younger, man, I thought Brew was, the greatest high school player of all time. He's the first guy I've ever seen play receiver and DN at the same time, so seeing him come off the edge and, have 5 sacks and then go score 3 touchdowns right after was crazy for me to watch. And, yeah, man, Brew's always been a top player of mine.
Nico, how do you feel about your receiving core right now? You feel like you have any number of guys that can go and make plays, and kind of what's your trust level in those guys?
Yeah, man, I've been able to get reps with, our whole receiver room. I feel like that whole receiver room can go. Got a lot of pieces that, gel well, and, can't wait to go out there and, show y'all week 1 on what we've been working on.
Nico, can you talk about your chemistry with that offensive line, specifically with Cooper and you guys being on the same page with calls and adjustments and protections, things like that?
Yeah, man, me and Coop, we talk every day, man. I've gotten into a lot of protection stuff, so, sliding, protections where I want to slide it, and, if Coop doesn't like that certain slide, then, he'll let me know why, and we'll watch the film together. So I feel like me and Coop have, created a good relationship on that part. Yeah, for sure. Oh, the line overall. Yeah, man, I got a great relationship with the whole line, man. I think we got, one of the top O-lines when we're healthy, so I feel like, we're gelling well right now.
Nico, you signed the deal with Beats. Just kind of take us through that, and then what it was like to be able to get back to your teammates.
Most def, man. I go to work every day with these guys, and I feel like just to give back to them guys and show my appreciation to them. And that's just one gift right there, man. We're working towards something totally bigger, and yeah, man, it felt good to get back.
Nico, having a year in this system, how have you prepared and adjusted to the tempo that Coach Halsey and Heupel want you to run?
Say that one more time.
How have you adjusted to the tempo that Coach Halsey and Heupel want you to run?
Yeah, I feel like I've got a great grasp of it over the fall and spring. Sorry, I thought that was a mic. I think I got a great grasp of it over the fall and spring, and yeah, man, I think the tempo part, we use that as a weapon, and every day we're working on pushing our tempo. So.
Nico, are there people in your life like or coaches, family, guys who have played quarterback at places like this that you've been able to speak with about sort of everything that comes with being the quarterback at a place like this, especially once the season starts?
Really only Joe and Hendon, man. Those are really the 2 guys I've pretty much talked to. Going into college, I talked to Bryce and CJ, on what it takes to, play at this level. So really Joe and Hendon, though, as of recently, have been the 2 guys that have mentored me.
Nico, we've asked the coaches about the in-helmet communication. As the guy receiving that communication, tell me about what that's like for you and the kind of things that they're reminding you of and talking to you about.
I think it's great, man. We got a mixture of, my keys and the play calling. So I think, adding the mic and the helmet was great for us.
What's it been like developing that connection with Brew and just watching each day him continuing to battle through that injury and recovery process and get to the point where he is today?
It's been great, man. Brew's one of the hardest workers I know, so I see him every day go out there and work and, put his head down, man. It makes me want to go out there and work even harder. So it's definitely exciting to see him get back into his own, man. I feel like, that five on him make him back to his high school days. So, hopefully, we'll get to show y'all me and Brew's connection.
Do you feel like it's a benefit that a lot of the pieces on that offensive line are veterans and have played a lot of football?
Definitely, man. You know, we got a lot of young guys in the O-line room, but mixed with veterans, and I think having them veterans in the room is going to, you know, not only help us now, but even for the long future, getting the younger guys, you know, up to speed with the offense. So, yeah, it's been great.
Nico, another receiver you guys have come back from injury is Dante. He obviously played pretty well in the scrimmage last week. What do you see from him? What's different about him going into this season from your vantage point compared to a year ago when he was still in his first season here?
Yeah, man, I feel like he's more confident in the offense. Got him outside and inside, so I feel like he's just more comfortable being in the offense, getting that first year under his belt, just like me getting that first year under my belt. You know, it takes some time to, you know, get this offense really down. So I feel like Dante's looked great in the fall and the spring. He had a great fall camp, and can't wait to watch him go out there and work.
Nico, we talked to Jackson Moye recently, and he was talking about how, you know, both of you guys are Samoan and your Polynesian background, and really representing that, how, you know, you guys will say oos around the complex,
sure.
things like that. Talk about Jackson coming on board and bonding with him and just being able to represent with more of your Polynesian culture here at UT.
Feels great, man. I think Jackson coming in with, you know, me and Keenan being the only, you know, Polynesians here. So, you know, just adding another one. There's three of us now, so it feels great, man. Jackson was a great piece to add for us. Feel like he gels well with everybody in the locker room, and yeah, that's definitely my guy.
Nico, you threw a couple of touchdowns last year, both to tight ends. What do you like about this group of tight ends with those guys gone?
Yeah, man, we got a good tight end room, man. They all three of them can go. So I'm excited, man. You know, they're big bodies, big targets that I love throwing to, especially down in the red zone. Being able to use all three of them in packages if we have to, I feel like them being on the field down in the red zone will be big for us. Appreciate y'all.